this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me again today. Another little video tutorial for you today, and another balloon card. This is the third of my series. I posted one a few weeks ago, then one yesterday, and another one today. And this one, if you're blog hopping around our blog hop today, this is the Inspire Ink blog hop, and our theme was fun fairs and carnivals, and so I thought this little bunch of brightly coloured balloons fitted that theme quite appropriately. So let's get on. I'm going to show you how I made my card. Once again, we're starting with standard card base. I'm going to change up the colours a little bit today. So this one I've used lots of multicolours. This one I'm going to change just a little bit. So I'm starting with a Tempting Turquoise base. As I said yesterday, Tempting Turquoise is one of the colours that's retiring. I think this is the colour that I'm saddest about retiring. I love this turquoise colour. So if you want it, then you need to get it now before it retires at the end of May. So I've got my card base. I've then got a panel of daffodil yellow, and my panels measure in centimetres 9 by 15 and in inches 3.5 by 6. And it's slightly oversized. You'll see why later. I'm going to cut that off later on. I then got a panel of our pattern paper. This is Petal Passion. It's a black and white monochrome paper. It's really lovely. I've seen people colour the white bits in. It's really beautiful. I'm just going to use it as black and white today, and just a smaller strip down there. And my smaller strip measures 8 by 15 or 3 by 15, 3 inches by 15. And then I've got a white panel which measures 7 centimetres by 15, which is just going to pop on there. But before we do anything, I'm going to use my white panel and get my balloon stuck on. Now I've already cut out, I told you I was going to change the colours. These are the colours that I'm using today, and I want to use my card to show me how I'm going to stick these on. First of all, I need to stamp the strings. Okay, so I'm using the single string stamp from the Balloon Celebration set. Again, this is the same stamp set as I used yesterday, and it's just this single string that I'm using here today. I'm going to use Memento Black ink, Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to stamp. Now I've marked on my card just where I want the ends of the strings to go, just to give me a little indication. So these are at 5 centimetres, 6 centimetres and 4.5 centimetres from the top, or in inches, 2 inches, 2.5 inches and 1 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to line up the top of this string with that one, make sure it's going in the right kind of direction, and stamp. There we go. And then I'm going to turn it round just so that it doesn't look too symmetrical, and stamp the next one, and again turn it round again and stamp the third one. There we are. So they're the strings of our ribbons where we've got to line our balloons up with. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to line these two up with the strings on the side here. So I'm going to use orange here on this side. So I'm going to stick my orange balloon there. Now this is going to overlap the white, but we're going to trim it off later. There we go. So my orange balloon goes there. I'm then going to come in with my yellow balloon on this side and stick that a bit further up over there. It just takes a little bit of playing around with these balloons to get them positioned properly, but you can use my picture as a guide if you're trying to do this. It did take me a little while when I was making the card to make sure they all overlapped and there weren't any spaces. And then we're going to do this pink one in the middle, except we're using Bermuda Bay for that one today, so he's going to go in the middle there. Like so. And then we've got the top one, so I'm going to do this one up in the corner first, and again I'm using Lemon and Lime Twist like I did on the last one, and I'm going to stick that. So I don't want any white showing, so I want it away from the white, just so no white is showing, because I want this whole section to be covered. So it can be facing inwards a little bit. There we go, just make sure I get up there. Okay, that's going to be covered up by the other one, that little section. Then I'm going to do blue up in the corner here, like so. And the last one, so I'll do him up there. And then the last one is this one, which is going to go there. But what I'm actually going to do is put some dimensionals on that one, so that one just sits above the others. I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on, not too near the top, because the top is actually going to get cut off because it's overlapping our white panel. So there we go. Just take those dimensionals off and put him there. And then I'm going to look on the back and I can see where they've overlapped. So I'm going to come in with my scissors and just trim those off, so I can butt my scissors up against the white to get a nice straight edge there. And I think this just makes the card a little bit different. This was inspired by a card on Pinterest, but again, I couldn't trace it back. It didn't come up with a link when I wanted to go back and see whose card it was. So if it's yours, I apologise, and if you let me know, I'll be very happy to credit you. Right, there we go. That's my panel. Okay, now we're going to build up lots of panels here. So we are going to place a yellow panel. First of all, so on my tempting turquoise base, I'm going to put my daffodil yellow panel. That's the same as my original card. So although I used pink for the background, I'm using yellow the same. I love this combination of tempting turquoise and yellow. And again, this is overlapping a little bit, but that's all right. I'm going to trim it off at the end. There we go. And then a panel of our Petal Passion designer paper, like I said. It's going to be going at the end of May, so if you want this monochrome paper, you need to get it. It's lovely paper. I'll be really sad to see it go out of the catalogue. And although I'm really sad about a lot of things going out of the catalogue, I'm really excited about all the new things as well. So I kind of, it's bittersweet really, I guess you'd call it. And then, right, I'm just going to trim off that excess up there. I've got some overlapping cardstock up here, but this means that I can get really nice, straight, clean edges. There we go. And then my balloon section is going to go there. And then I'm going to trim off a little bit at the bottom there. Actually, I'm just going to put it over because I've got a little tiny bit of white showing, which I don't want. So I'm just going to budge it up a little bit so that I'll trim off both ends. There we go. Very nice. I'm really pleased with this card. I really quite like it. There we go. And I do love balloons. I do love cards with balloons on. So there we go. We've put that panel on there, and then what we're going to do is come in and just trim off both ends. So we're going to trim off this one and this one. And for the next step, I have to admit I have cheated a little bit. Got a little bit of the yellow overlapping here as well, so we'll trim that off. There we go. And there's all our balloons. So the last bit, oh, we need to do the pen on. So on these balloons, I have just done a little bit of black around the neck just to make it look like the balloons are with the string. So the string is round the necks of the balloons. So just with your fine tip of your black marker pen, just mark those in like so. And then the last thing we need to do is put our happy birthday message on, which goes there. And actually I meant to stick this on before I stuck the panel down, but never mind. What I will do is I will centre it. I will find a pencil, if I can get a pencil to write. I'm going to mark where I want to cut, and then I'm just going to cut that by hand. So never any mistakes in crafting, just opportunities to improvise. Never say you've done anything wrong. There we go. And that just goes across there like that on the C. So you can decide whereabouts you want it, maybe a little bit further up there. So again, a little bit of Tombow, And then I just finished mine off with, again, something that's not going to be with us for very long, some enamel shapes. And I've loved using these enamel shapes. They just add a little something extra to projects. So I will be keeping mine and using them in lots of future projects, although I can't promote them to be sold. And I'm using pumpkin pie ones now to match one of the balloons. So here I used turquoise to match that balloon. I'm using pumpkin pie to match this one. So, and there we go, that's my card finished. So there we are, 2 funfair carnival cards. I think they're very bright and fun, and really nice. I'd really like to receive one of those cards, and I hope you would too. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you'd like a new catalogue, which is due out on the 1st of June, just let me know and I'll pop one in the post to you. If you want to see any more about these cards, pop down to the blog link. There's a link to my blog and it will take you right through to the right post. You can see everybody else's carnival themed projects if you hop around the blog. I hope you will, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.